Hi students, I hope you all are very safe and secure. I am from Bharathidasanar Matriculation Higher Secondary School. I am your social science teacher. So today we are going to be see the class 8 subject social science. So in social science we are going to be look the part of geography. So in geography today is the very interesting topic what we are going to be talk today. So let's you observe these picture. Yes, can you look out this picture? Everyone was fascinated to see these like of picture, right? So it was very attractive to see, and you can see a tall buildings, and also it was the lights which is shown in this picture which was eye blinking, and also you can see the transport facilities. So if you are getting the chance to visit like these places, means everyone is like to going to these places. Yes, everyone like to visit, and also we are like to stay in these places, right? But still some peoples, those who are in the rural areas. So before that you all know that rural means everyone knows that in your primary sections have you learned that is a village, right? So everyone those who are living in a rural areas wanted to visit these places. So this is a urban places. So you all know from the primary section what is mean by rural and what is mean by urban. So rural means in simple word we can say that is a villages, and what is mean by urban? Urban means it is a city. So why the people were started to move from rural to urban places, or why the peoples are wanted to move from village to city? So these term will commonly known as it's a urbanization. So what is the spelling for urbanization? URBANISATION. It's a urbanization. So before these class chapter 3 you have learned what is mean by migration. So the peoples wantedly they were migrate from some places to other places. So these urbanization is also linked with the term urbanization. Now we are going to be look after what is mean by urbanization and what is the general term for that. So what is mean by urbanization? Urbanization is the increase in the proportion of people, those who are living in towns and also in cities. So why the people's approaching to the towns and cities? So these are the reasons what we are learning from the upcoming topic, and also why this urbanization occur and what are the ways which were occurred in these areas. So the people started to move from rural areas to the urban areas. That means the peoples are moved from village to cities. So this is usually occurs when a country is started to developing. So which are the countries are termed as a developing? So developing means our India is also one of the example for a developing countries. So the peoples, those who are move from rural areas to urban areas, they were termed as a, or that increase in the proportion is termed as a urbanization. So now we can see the census of India. So what is the rate of urbanization which take place in India is, so the urbanization which could be taken place which is faster in India, that means due to the decades it will be started to increase. So the population which is residing in urban areas are, so first according to the 1901 census, so it was 11.4% alone, but after that it was increased to 28 to 53%, and according to 2000 census now it was crossed to 30%. As per 2011 census it will be standing at 31.16%. So this is regarding of urbanization which was taken place in India. So now in the world population, let's you observe in world population, now it was a 55%, but it was expected by the UN's Department of Economic and Social Affairs, it will be expected to arise 68% in a decade. So what is mean by decade? So decade means it's calculated, it's about calculated as a 10 years. So this is what we have to know about the urbanization term. So again students, again I am recalling this. So what is mean by urbanization? So the urbanization is Urbanization is the increase in the proportion of people, those who are living in towns and cities. And also why it was occurred? Because the peoples wanted to move from rural areas to urban areas. So now we can see the social factors. So what are the social factors which influence the peoples to move from rural to urban areas? Now we can see what are the social factors or what will pull the peoples to move to the urban areas. So the factors are, first, they were providing the employment, and next the first one is the first reason is they are providing employment, and the next they will get the transport facilities, and not only this, and also they will get the food, shelter, and also they will get the medical services. So everything will be facilitated in the urban. So this is the social factors why the peoples, those who are from the rural areas, they were pulled to move to the urban areas. So now let's see the what are the factors or what are the causes for urbanization. Can you see what is the causes of urbanization, or what is the reason for there is a growth rate which is increase in urban areas? So the first reason is it's a industrialization, and the second one is it's for search of better job, and the third point is for the modernization, and the fourth point is it's a boundary changes, and the last one is it's a natural increase in a population. So let's see what is mean by industrialization. So the industrialization is one of the major reasons for the urbanization. So industrialization means it will be give more job opportunities for the peoples, those who are living in rural areas. So this is the reasons why the peoples were moved to the urban areas. So the reason is industrialization. Next thing is it's a search of better job. So the people, those who are living in rural areas, mostly they dependent upon the agricultural jobs. So they were in a need of non-agricultural jobs. So that's why they were approached to the cities, or that's why they were approached to the urban areas. Why they want to be leave the, it's an agricultural job? Because the reason is the agricultural job is it's not a permanent job for them, because it may be affected through drought or else natural calamities like a storm, any earthquakes or any heavy rains. So this may be affect the agricultural. So that's the reasons the peoples, those who are living in rural areas, they want to get a better job in urban areas. So they move to the search of better job in the urban places. Now let's move to the modernization. So how the modernization will be play a better role in urbanization means, because it will satisfy a man's need by providing all the modern technology and also the education and also the medical services. So everything will be, it's adaptable for the urban peoples. Now we will come to the boundary changes. So this is also one of the reason for the urbanization. So what is the boundary changes? Now you can see, let's you take the example of, Chennai is one of a city, right? Everyone know that. So the Chennai is have a particular boundary. So in that boundary, so there are many rural areas will be accommodated in these areas. Now due to the overcrowding or the overpopulation, so the Chennai has want to be extend their towns and cities. So in that case, the rural areas which will be included in these areas also be calculated as a urban areas, and even though the peoples, those who are considered in these rural areas will be dependent upon the agricultural ways, or else they were living as a rural trades. So even though they were considered as a urban areas people. So this is also one of the reasons for the urbanization, that mean boundary changes. Now we will come to the last point, natural increase in population. So what does mean by natural increase in population? So you all know that, better you all studying in a 8th standard. So in 7th standard and in 6th standard you will know that what is mean by birth rate and the death rate. So here what is happening in urbanization or in urban areas, so the birth rate will be exceeds more than the death rate. So now the birth rate is exceeds then death rate. So this is also one of the major reasons for increasing the population in urban areas. How the population or the urban peoples are considered as a more birth rate, because they will be having a more medical facilities and also they will have an health conscience. So that's why the death rate is also in a below range. So the birth rate will gives the more populations in the urban areas. So this will be causes for the urbanization. I hope you children, you will get to clear about this. So today we have learned what is urbanization and what are the factors will affect the urbanization. And the last one we have learned what are the causes of urbanization. I hope you will understand. So we will see in the next session, students. I hope you will understand this session. So we will be see or continue this session in the next day. Thank you.